Hi, my name's Doug Dickey. We are on the Saturday morning Zoom that typically is done by Dave Johnson. He has asked me to come in and share my Aveni Health presentation that I hold on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific. And so I'm going to go through a very quick, maybe 20 minutes explanation about Aveni and talk about this opportunity. When I say opportunity, there's really some amazing opportunities with this from the standpoint, it's an opportunity to help yourself. It's an opportunity to help your family, an opportunity to help friends, those acquaintances that it's even a financial opportunity. I want to get right into it, and this is recorded and will be available sometime this afternoon. So let's get started. The company's called Aveni Health and Advances in Natural Healing. I am a co-founder of this company and currently sharing the products with lots and lots of people on a daily basis. So to get started, I want to talk about the necessities of life, things that we have to do that happen each day. We have to drink water. You can only go a couple days, a few days without water. And of course, we prefer the water to be clean. We don't want contaminants and particulates in it. So we use water filtration. That's important for us to make sure the water is clean so we're not taking in contaminants. And clean air. Again, clean air, we want to make sure that we're not breathing in aluminum or barium or any other contaminants from the air. And so we use often air cleaners. But what about clean food? Are we cleaning our food? We could wash the food off, but if the food is grown with fertilizers that have toxins in them or chemicals in them, it can actually be inside the food. And so we don't have a food filter, we are the food filter. So these three things, just the necessities of life, can leave us consuming toxins and contaminants. And you can't get away from this. Everybody has to eat, drink, and breathe. And so let's look into this a little more. There are 70,000 known chemicals, heavy metals, and toxins, mainly from agriculture. This is where most of these come from. We have fungicides, herbicides, insecticides, many chemicals that are sprayed onto the plants to protect them that have toxic chemicals in them. And I had recently found out about 5 years ago that there are heavy metals added to the fertilizers, the fungicides, the insecticides to help them enter the bugs and act in a systemic way inside the plants. So if you're eating organic, you're still getting heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins. Most organic fertilizers are manure based, and they still contain the same heavy metals that were in them from the beginning. So the cow eats hay. The hay was fertilized with commercial fertilizer. And now the cow has concentrated those metals into manure. So the air we breathe, if you've ever driven along or seen on TV an RV that's on the side of the road that's on fire, barreling all this stuff into the air, these chemicals and toxins they have to go somewhere. They go up into the air, they end up coming down with the rain, they go into the soil, and then they go into our food. So many contaminants that we're being exposed to just from this direction. Again, water's contaminated. When we flush the toilets, the water goes back to a treatment facility where they kill off a lot of the bacteria and stuff like that. They let it settle out, but the water flows right back into the river after it's been treated. And so the next town down the river then pulls that water out, treats it, and we drink that water. So it is this concentration of chemicals and toxins that is affecting us. Household chemicals, petroleum, when you smell gas, you're smelling those particles that are going into your lungs. Manufacturing, a lot of the manufacturing materials get flushed back into the drainage system, back into the river. So these are things that we have to think about, even if you're living the purest, cleanest life. So let's look at what happens if you have heavy metals in your body. Mercury, lead, arsenic, cadmium, and chromium are the 5 most common metals, and they attribute to more than 90% of all the health issues that somebody would go to the hospital over. They bind to enzymes, they disrupt normal cellular division and metabolism. They cause all kinds of problems. So let's look and see what would happen if you had an acute poisoning. An acute poisoning is like an accident where you fall into a vat of some heavy metal. You would expect vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, skin rashes, increased heartbeat, blood pressure issues, fatigue, muscle weakness, headaches, abdominal cramps, fever, confusion, numbness. Do you know anybody that has some of these conditions? Now, acute poisoning rarely happens. It's extremely rare. But chronic poisoning, like what you get in the foods and your day after day, that is very common. So what would you expect from chronic? Brain fog, confusion, gastrointestinal and kidney damage, nervous system disorders, skin lesions, vascular damage, immune system dysfunction, birth defects. This is small but safe amounts of heavy metals and toxins entering your body, accumulating day after day as you drink, eat, and breathe, as well as any other exposure that you have. Now, severe is simply 10 years or more of chronic exposure. So if you start noticing differences with chronic exposure at 30, by the time you're 40, it's now severe. And this is what you would expect: abnormal heartbeat, arrhythmia, anemia, brain damage, memory loss, difficulty breathing, kidney damage, liver damage, miscarriage, coma, progressive loss of lung function, and cancer. These would be typical of this exposure. What else do we have to worry about? How about PFAS? These are polyfluoroalkyl substances. They're used in everything. They're meant to make our lives easier and better. We have firefighting foams. We have stain-resistant chemicals that are sprayed on our couches and our chairs. Candy wrappers are coated with PFAS to keep the candy from going through the wrapper. Pizza boxes coated with these PFAS so that way the oil from the pizza doesn't go through the cardboard box. It's in everything: nail polish, toothpaste, dental floss, nonstick cookware. We are inundated with these forever chemicals that do not leave your body on their own. Your body doesn't have a process to remove forever chemicals. Volatile organic compounds. These are, if you smell the gasoline or the diesel fuel, these are volatile organic compounds, and they build up in your body. They are very similar to molecules already in your body, and they can cause you health concerns. Microplastics. This is the newest concern that people are talking about, that there's about 4.5 pounds of microplastics for every man, woman, and child in the world, and that they're making their way back through the food supply, through the water supply. They're even in the drinks that we drink, that we purchase, and they're very small, so it's hard to filter them out. And they go in and they're epigenetic. They attach to the DNA. They trigger DNA to function in a different way than it should. And we have lots of health issues caused by this epigenetic problems. So I want to pull this together in a summary, that it's a paradigm shift in your thinking. Most people are not aware that many things that you're consuming have small but safe levels of heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins. But over time, over 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day, for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, that you are accumulating these toxins and metals, that your body really can't get rid of them. And so I say, everyone, no matter how clean you drink, eat, or breathe, you're accumulating these small, safe amounts of heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins in your daily life. The belief that, oh, I'm going to eat some kale and some spinach and my body's miraculously going to get rid of these metals is just not true. We believe that, but it's not true. I have not found that to be true. A lot of people confuse the difference between a cellular detox, which dumps the toxins from the cells back into the bloodstream, causing a burden on the liver, between a vascular detox, which is having something grab those toxins inside the blood and lymphatic system, bind them up, and then the body get rid of that. It's an entirely different detox between cellular and vascular, and they both have different results. So these toxins build up in your bodies over years of bioaccumulation because the liver is so overwhelmed with the amount of toxins. The liver has to run the blood sugar, has to manage proteins, has to manage all of the endocrine glands, has to make hormones and enzymes for all the actions within the body, as well as manage detoxing, pushing things out into the intestinal tract, and or turning things into water soluble components so the kidneys can release them and get rid of them. A lot of these toxins build up in our organs, which ends up causing issues with the organs. They're known to cause numerous types of cellular, protein, and metabolism dysfunction. And that's linked to most every chronic disease, including autoimmunes. When your body is overwhelmed with these toxins and this burden called body burden, then your hyperimmune switch becomes active and you start to have autoimmune reactions. So it's all tied together, and it comes back to this common result, which is your liver is being burdened with these heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins. So research has shown that to remove these toxins vascularly, you need to put something into the bloodstream that will grab these heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins, bind them up so they no longer have an electric charge, and then your body gets rid of that. And there's really only a couple options. One is chelation therapy, which uses EDTA to grab everything that's cationic in the bloodstream. So it's grabbing magnesium, calcium, potassium, as well as mercury, arsenic. But it grabs it in the equal rates. So it might take out 500 calcium to every 1 mercury. It's not specific. And so people have to take the good, healthy metals back in, the calcium, magnesium, potassium, to not get sick. And so it's very difficult on people, and most people can't do the chelation therapy. It's really meant for an acute poisoning where you fell into a vat of mercury and took a couple gulps. It's not meant for chronic. The second way is a zeolite called clinoptilolite, naturally made, but it won't normally go into the bloodstream or lymphatic system. It has to stay in the intestinal tract because it's too big. So we have a product called Cell Defender, made by a biochemist named Rick Deitch, who was trying to get rid of chemotherapy that had been put into the body. Chemotherapy, most often, are heavy metals: platinum, cobalt, arsenic, trioxide. These heavy metals are attracted to this type of zeolite. Now, there's lots of people out there selling the zeolite, but Rick Deitch, a pharmaceutical biochemist, knew that he had to standardize the product, make it small enough to go into the bloodstream, make sure it's clean, because these zeolites are millions of years old, having been made by volcanoes, and then have them be able to trade, called cation exchange, with the mercury and the arsenic and the cadmium and the bismuth. All of these other heavy metals will trade and go inside the cage. And then, of course, healthy metals are outside and in the bloodstream. We have several studies here. This is Rick Deitch. As a pharmaceutical biochemist, he spent 7 years perfecting the standardization of oral zeolite supplement. He is the category creator and has sold more than 10 million bottles since 2003. This is the only liquid suspended zeolite anywhere in the industry. Like I said, he's the category creator. He invented a 34-step, 3-day process to clean all of the toxins, metals, and chemicals that are commonly found in clinoptilolite that it's been absorbing from nature. That's its purpose. It's nature's filter. And so by standardizing it, it goes into the bloodstream for about 6 hours. It flows around your blood lymphatic system, doesn't interact with any healthy cells, doesn't interact with medicines, has no contraindications with any medicines you're taking. And it essentially just grabs the heavy metals and leaves the body. Does not grab the smaller charged metals like potassium, calcium, and magnesium and remove them at all. So that's very powerful. Cell Defender is the only liquid suspended zeolite on the market supported by any clinical studies. We have 15 clinical studies, 6 which are published. 3 of those that are published are peer-reviewed and have been referenced in some magazines. This is the only product that gets into the bloodstream, grabs just the heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins that it's attracted to, and then your body gets rid of it via the urine channel within 6 to 8 hours. That's what's so incredible about this. Because Rick Deitch needed it to be standardized, that's why it works so well. It does not build up in the kidneys, and the liver doesn't cause any burden. In fact, it reduces the burden or the pressure on the liver and the kidneys by grabbing these toxins that would require the kidneys and liver time to process them. So we see incredible results. We have over 1,800 testimonials on avenitestimonials.com that people can hear directly from people, their experience. By removing the heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins, your body can fix itself. It is exactly these toxins that are in the way of your immune system fixing itself. So our product Cell Defender removes heavy metals, toxins, supports a healthy immune system, alkalinizes the bloodstream to healthier alkaline levels. This is really important. Now, as with all detoxing, your body can have a reaction to it called a Herxheimer, where if you take the drops, it's very easy to take the product, you shake it up, you take the lid off, and you put a few drops on your tongue. All of the studies were done with 10 drops twice a day. So very, very simple to take. I want to talk about Zmunity mushrooms. When your body has a reaction to toxins flowing back into the bloodstream from stored areas, your immune system, your hyperimmune system, can make you feel sick, can give you hives, can make your body react. In the Zmunity mushrooms, these 7 medicinal mushrooms have been grown in competition with each other, like they're placed a little too close to each other while they grow. And so they fight by concentrating specific chemicals. This product, formulated by Rick Deitch, takes these 7 medicinal mushrooms and concentrates a specific chemical in them called 1,3,1,6 beta glucan. These are very powerful to stop the body from overreacting. So your body fills the space with, it removes the anxiety, it lowers the response mechanism. So your body is more calm while you detox. And being more calm while you detox is absolutely important. So full spectrum immune complex acts as a potential antioxidant and aids in detoxifying the body, improves cardiovascular health, and aids in lipid stabilization. But its most important factor is that it calms your system so you can detox at 15 times the normal rate or 50 times the normal rate. That's the power of this product. So I often suggest people take 2 of these in the morning and 2 at night while they're removing the toxins with the Cell Defender. Of course, you want to drink more water and have more electrolytes to help that process. But the Zmunity has proven itself absolutely powerful in helping people detox without feeling sick. So this is a wonderful product we offer also. We have a product called Nano Silver. This is a specific Nano Silver that is 7 to 10 nanometer spheres. It's been stabilized by turning the outer two atoms of the silver in the sphere and oxidize them, turning them over so that way it doesn't break apart. There's no ions jumping off the silver, which can cause issues in your body. This silver is absolutely completely safe and highly effective. So when you take it, it helps stop things that are alive in your body that might be causing issues. We know that parasites consume heavy metals. When you start removing these heavy metals, often parasites will travel around the body and cause other issues. The nano silver is great at driving them out of the bloodstream. It's removed from the body within 24 hours, and it's an absolutely incredible product. Lots of testimonials with the nano silver. And then finally, the last product I'm going to talk about today is Aveni Plus Fiber. This is an amazing fiber. There are more than 200 studies on the ingredients that are in our fiber, plus fiber. It helps reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, helps cholesterol or lower cholesterol, stabilizes healthy blood sugar levels, supports a healthy colon and gut, stimulates the growth of healthy bacteria, and aids in the removal of toxins. Really what it does is it helps remove the burden off the liver by taking this fiber 15 minutes before your two most common meals. It grabs that food, it swells up in your gut, so it makes you so you're not so hungry, and it helps release the sugar in the food to the body at a more even rate, which helps your liver manage the blood sugar better. It reduces the burden on your pancreas, as well as it grabs the toxins that are coming in with the food. We have the Detoxolite Zeolite in this also that allows it to grab the toxins that are coming in on a daily basis. So if you want to be able to remove those toxins on the way out, as well as regulate the most important part of your system, which is your gut, this is an incredible product. These four, we have several other products that help specific things, but these four really are the kit to help your body heal itself. And your body's been healing itself since you were born. So this really is an important component. So our company, Aveni Health, we are a network marketing company. Now, we became a network marketing company because we need to be able to get the word out to people. Network marketing is really person to person, word of mouth marketing. You care about somebody, you share with them a product that's changed your life, they then can go and look at it. Unfortunately, network marketing's got this really bad name because there's a lot of people that are just pushing for the dollars. This company is about saving lives. Our mission statement, get these incredible revolutionary products made by Rick Deitch out into the market so people can be healthy, get these products delivered quickly, which is what we do, and respect our distributors. We go through distributors, but what a wonderful thing with our company is there's no obligation. So a person can be a wholesale buyer or they can be a distributor. But most people, once they experience the product, want to share it with others and have a way to pay for their own product by sharing it with others. So we were founded May 1st, 2022. We have an 18,504 square foot building. We're grabbing another 15,000 feet from next door, and we'll be expanding even more. But we have a vertical manufacturing facility. So from the rawest, purest, non-GMO, healthiest ingredient, all the way through shipping the product to you, we handle all of that. There's no middlemen, so that allows us to keep the price lower and not have price increases like everybody else has been doing. And our company is run by CEO Neil Roth, who's run several big billion-dollar companies. He knows how to manage things. He focused all of his effort on the growth of the manufacturing. So that way we would be able to speed up and increase the amount of production as needed, as distributors share with more and more people. So Neil is our CEO. Rick Deitch is our biochemist who continues to provide these incredible products. Some of the last products that we had, the Plus Motion and the improvement of the Zmunity, absolutely incredible. The results people are getting almost overnight, seeing differences. And it's because Rick doesn't have to cut back. He can use the best ingredients. He can concentrate it the most, and he's not limited in making the absolute best product that can be made. 11 points I want to share. We only have a couple more minutes left of this. It's important that once you've experienced the product, once you get involved, or even from the beginning, that you share with others. There are so many people out there that are struggling with their health that if they remove these toxins from their bloodstream and lymphatic system, their body can start to heal itself. And we see this over and over again. So I have these 3 points to consider in joining Aveni and spreading the word. We're 3.5 years old. We've had consistent growth from the beginning, debt-free since our first month, which was really important to us to make sure that we're always making the best decision. Less than 15,000 distributors in the whole US, Canada, and UK, which we just opened not too long ago. More than 11,000 retail customers that we have. People love this product. We have now 16 health improving exclusive detox technologies. Every one of these products is really to enhance your ability to detox and your body's ability to heal itself. The inventor and biochemist is a owner in this company. He can't go anywhere. He's a major owner for the company. So we have him locked in the manufacturing plant all the time. Vertically integrated manufacturing, you never see that. Most companies are hiring somebody else to make their product, and that makes it very insecure. But we're able to do all of that ourselves. In-house shipping and support, and a no obligation opportunity. You get involved, there's no obligation to purchase monthly, there's no obligation to purchase each year. We're even better than Costco because we don't have a yearly cost. And one of the most important things, this product, this technology is going to be commonplace in 10 years. You have an opportunity to be at the beginning of that, where the company is very strong and secure and debt-free, but nobody knows about it. Maybe it's the next 10,000 people came from people that you shared it with. It's really important to be part of the mission on this. And so in finalizing, where do you see yourself? Do you need to learn more? Get back with the person that shared this video with you. Become a retail customer. Try the product yourself. Buy from the person that shared it with you. $69 for the little bottle of Zeolite. Lasts typically a month if you're taking it twice a day, 2 weeks if you're taking it 4 times a day. And then become a wholesale distributor / wholesale buyer. We want people to be able to share the products with those that care for them. A quick little story. I met a guy who had shared another company with his sister, and they went for a few months with this other company. That company went out of business. He joined our company, and he didn't share it with his sister because he was worried that the last company that I shared it with went out of business. So when he shared our product, his sister found out about it a different way and not from her brother. And there was so many sad feelings that he didn't value getting her the information over any other reason. I think it's really important that we need to share with people, even if we say, hey, you're not going to be interested in this. This may not be for you, but I need to let you know about this product that's saving lives, that saved my life, saved Dave's life, and so many others. And go out on a limb, get involved, share with everybody, let people make their own decisions. But this is really valuable, and I appreciate your time. Again, if you're just seeing this video, get back with the person that shared this with you and get involved today. It's really important. And thank you guys.